FanDuel, guys, is the official sportsbook of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. They have a brand new offer for new customers that if you haven't taken advantage of yet, you really are missing out. Right now, new customers can bet $5, and if that bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. So are you ready to play? Just download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com/UCSS to get started. That is FanDuel.com/UCSS to place your first $5 bet. FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
And Phil Dawson did play on that 2002 Browns team.
According to Steve Becker, he did.
Did he kick?
Yeah,
All right, guys, the question I
about
have to ask you is we just watched an entire weekend of college football. And there were some really good performances. There were some not-so-good performances. Ohio State beat Texas. LSU beat Clemson. We saw Miami beat Notre Dame. Some really, really fun games. Some good football, some not-so-good football. But the discourse over every quarterback was tied down to and simplified to basically, in at least my Twitter feed, this guy doesn't look better than Shedeur. This guy is the guy we're tanking for. This is the guy the Browns want to draft. Bull, I saw you tweet, and I know this was Arch-related, but I'm going to make it bigger picture, that the overreactions to one game are just flat-out absurd.
Yeah.
So I wanted to toss this to you. Is this what we're going to have to deal with every weekend of the football season for the Browns, with fans, not just Shedeur fans, but just fans in general, talking themselves off the 2026
I mean, I just
quarterback
don't know
class?
deal with it. You could choose to look at it or choose not to look at it. People are going to say what they're going to say. There's a segment of fans out there that they're not Browns fans. They're Shedeur Sanders fans, and that's fine. Everybody, Tim Tebow had his fans, and everybody else has their fans. They don't care about the Browns. A percentage of them don't live in reality, and we've seen this with other fan bases before. And so because of that, Arch Manning or whatever other quarterback is going to get torn down every time they don't play a good game. Just like other people have done to Shedeur. Frankly, I think some of especially the pre-draft commenting from media members about Shedeur was clown-like behavior. All right? It was ridiculous.
He has come to see the light.
I didn't like any of it to begin with, but we're in the middle of this conversation.
All right, go ahead.
And I just think he was treated unfairly. And listen, sometimes in life you don't get treated fairly. It happens. It sucks. He was treated unfairly. I do not believe that I think the conspiracy theories about Kevin Stefanski and Shedeur Sanders are insane. I don't think Kevin Stefanski's out to get Shedeur Sanders, wants him to fail. That doesn't make any sense to me. And so I just think that's silly. But I do think a lot of the discourse around Shedeur before the season, distraction, this and that, is unfair. And I don't think the same things would have been said about Arch Manning.
No.
That being said, Arch Manning is taking unfair heat here.
He is.
Did he play well in this game? No. He didn't play well in this game. Ohio State, I'm guessing, is going to have the best defense in college football this year.
Go Bucks.
Is that fair to say?
Go Bucks.
Okay? I don't think there's a lot of quarterbacks that are going to look good against that defense. Folks, I have no idea. Arch Manning has barely played out of high school. I have no clue how good he is. Just because his name is Manning doesn't mean he's going to be a great player. And just because he played one game poorly doesn't mean he's going to be a bad player. The reaction, I get why people are reacting the way they are, but I think it's silly. Mm-hmm. It's certainly unfair to him. Just like people were unfair to Shedeur, I think people are now being unfair to Arch Manning. I think the whole thing's ridiculous. And I think everybody rationally knows that you can't judge quarterbacks based on one game, no matter what their name is and who their father is or uncles are.
Well, that's, Bull, you saw it. I mean, here, let me explain this to y'all so I could just give y'all the blueprint. Look, man, you can't say that, like, hey, Shedeur played bad last week, right? He didn't play so well last week.
About the Rams game?
Yeah, he didn't play so well.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who wrote him off and said he can't play.
Who?
There's a lot of people who say, hey, this is why 31 teams passed on him.
That is true. They did say that.
And that was unfair.
So now here's where the backlash comes from. So if you got a large group of people that think a guy can play well and they feel like he was talked about crazy, and all of this, his name on the back of the jersey is bigger than whatever it is. Now we got a case-to-case scenario. I know Sanders and I know Manning, right? Mm-hmm. I know both of them. Now, Sanders had a whole career of, stats and done things. He's played 2 games.
No, he's played
3
now.
I
think he started 3 games.
He started 3 games. Do you know this guy? You know this man? And he might be good. I'm not knocking him. He might be good coming up, and he may grow into whatever he's going to be. But do you know he's the favorite for the Heisman?
No. He was.
Was the favorite, right?
He was.
I've never seen
Right, but that is nothing.
No,
that's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
Yeah.
I'm not going to him.
Yeah.
What I'm explaining to you is the media builds you up and then they destroy you.
Yeah.
They put him on the cover like, yo, this is the guy. And here's the pushback. A lot of people are going to jump off the bridge and have that type of energy on Twitter because in one space you say, this guy doesn't deserve this amount of reps, or this guy don't deserve this guy don't deserve that, and he ain't this, he ain't that, right? You get a guy who hasn't played, and you are willing to say the Cleveland Browns, it don't matter what happened this year. It's all about next year. That makes people pissed off.
Right. But I don't think that's a specific thing about Arch Manning.
But the overarching theme is when they say generational quarterback in next year's draft,
right?
That's why I make people say the names, right? I want you to tell me, is it Sellers? Is it Nussmeier?
Yeah.
Is it Cade Clubbin? Cade Clubbin
didn't Sellers play well?
I like Sellers.
Sellers played well.
I was
Nussmeier
on this show
played
and
well.
I said that I think the Browns should take Sellers. Like
I just think it's all so ridiculous, all of it.
We did it. We did it.
Well, I didn't do it. What did I do?
We? No, watch this. Hold on, watch this. We did that.
Who is we?
So here's how we do it. It's the collective group as a
collective
media.
We. Okay.
Collectively, we build somebody up. Then when they fall, Shedeur Sanders, they said, first round pick, fell to the 5th. That's an emotional roller coaster. Now they say, okay, this year don't count. We're going to go get another quarterback next year, right? The Browns land on the sidelines magically. They're not looking at the defensive tackle from Texas. They're not looking at corners from Ohio State. They're coming to look at Arch Manning.
You talking about Jimmy and
yeah.
Oh,
they on the sideline. They was there for Arch. They show up. He don't look good. What you think people gonna say? You thought we blind? The Browns have 2 draft picks. They're there on the side. How many times is the Browns been on any draft? What sideline they showed up for?
Jimmy should just stay in his booth and do nothing.
So what do you think people are going to do? They're going to
that doesn't make it rational.
I forget the whole question. What's the question that you asked, McNuggets?
The question I asked, I didn't change the super. That's my bad.
Here's the thing.
Are the overreactions to 1 week good or bad way out of control through the prism that the Browns potentially may need to draft a quarterback next year?
Yes, they're out of control.
You know how many clicks that's getting?
That's right, and that's why. It's all about clicks.
You guys
see, that's my problem. This is my problem with being in this space. I am not here for clicks.
Bro,
I don't do clicks.
Listen.
I'm not about to say nothing just for some clicks. The Giannis thing maybe, but that's not a click. I truly feel that way. So let's get that settled. But outside of that, I just tell it like it is. How would you look at one performance and say, yeah, this guy ain't it? That's not what I said. What I said during the game was Julian saying looks like he been playing way more football than Arch Manning. I said the game was lost because Arch Manning missed some throws. However, there's 11 games left that I need to see it. Because before the game, yes, they said this man was the best thing since sliced bread. So I was like, I need to see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in this
play
game.
Well?
Now, granted, it was out in the 4th quarter. He started to look really good in the 4th quarter. But he missed some throws. That's some key
there was that
throws
3rd down play where he had, what's that big receiver on Texas?
Trey Wingo.
He had him crossing.
Yeah, and he
threw it behind him.
Yeah, it looked like Uncle Rico on Napoleon.
He almost made a great catch on that one. But can we talk about the game?
Yeah, some of the game.
Instead of this nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, did you have another point?
Oh no! All I said is when you say generational, it's gonna come with a level of extra.
I never
called him generational.
Who said that?
Yeah.
see,
the collective we.
The collective we has always
said generational.
Now you the collective we. If you're the Heisman favorite, that is a collective we.
That's fair.
It's impossible to say that this man was a generational talent and he only had played 2
that,
games.
that is why.
Like, that makes no sense.
Well, that is why
you cannot do that.
So
that's
here's
why I
two
sat
things.
here and be like, "Yo, you crazy?"
Clearly, there were people saying that. The people that were reacting on Twitter made it seem like everybody in the media was saying, which was far from true. But there were enough people saying it that it caused a stir.
This is why I'm not a media member.
Yes, you are. No. Let's talk about the game because, and I didn't think Sayin played that great either. I mean, the offense was just.
Sayin is very accurate. The reason his numbers look the way they look because he had like 4 drops from his wide receiver.
Right, and they were playing very conservatively because their defense was dominating.
He should have finished that game 17 for 20 for probably 2 something.
Here's what I will say.
I found the game kind of boring, to be honest.
I thought
you don't like good defense.
No, but
I thought. See, this is the minutia, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you talk about Arch Manning, I think this is what happens when you get a new dude, and sometimes your coach even buys into the hype. When Quinn Ewers was there, they did all types of motion, all types of swings, all types of RPO. You don't know where the ball is at, get it out quick, and we're gonna let our athletes move around and run. When you see, I turned on the game, they got Arch Manning now. Now you traditional drop back? You forget he only played 2 games against a Ohio State defense. You got to give me some smoke and mirrors. They was just dropping back like he was ready to deal on the 3 to 5 step regular. I'm like, no, that is not what it is. When he missed a couple of them passes earlier, and you see he was jittery.
His first pass, he skipped it off the turf.
I said,
like, what?
You got to use his legs. You better be running screens. I just thought Ohio State was way more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, in how they was like, we're going to run this football. Saying he's not going to be throwing the ball 30 times. I thought their game plan was much better.
The defense for Ohio State was fantastic.
With new guys.
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean they were just outstanding. It was I was making fun of Patricia before, but he obviously had an excellent game plan.
Had his pencil still.
And he had the pencil, and just don't let him be a head coach because he stinks at that. But he did a great job, and they did a great job. I mean, everybody on that defense was impactful.
Let me ask you this question: because this gonna happen this year? Oh, the tracker is out. The college football, it was the practice tracker. Oh, the college football tracker is out. We will be watching Aller, Nussmeier, Klubnik, Sellers, Arch Manning. We're going to be watching all of them. It's another dude I keep forgetting. It's another one they like.
Fernando Mendoza.
We're going to be watching all year.
Yeah.
We're going to be watching all. So by the time, Bull, you might as well get tapped in.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be having this conversation come next year.
By the way, can I throw a little grenade in there, just make things like even more crazy?
Last one, then let's move on to the Guardians.
If Sellers is the only one that's like looking great,
you're not getting them.
All of a sudden, we're going to see everybody who was saying it's all about next year, saying it's just something about him I don't like.
Hold on. Hey, hold on.
Saying because his
hold on.
Are you saying it's because he wears rec specs?
Hold on. That went
grenade.
That went over my head. Hold on.
I picked it right up. I knew exactly what he was saying.
I come back to this. No, listen, I didn't say that. That was Bull who said that. I didn't say nothing of the sort. Maybe I like Garrett Nussmeier. That's why maybe. But
Nussmeier looked good though.
He did look good.
Nussmeier did look good.
Can I trust a guy with the last name Nussmeier?
His dad's the offensive coordinator for the Saints, so
I mean, how good can he be? They suck.
Is it messed up?
I mean, his first year there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he comes from a football background.
Now, listen, Sellers can run the football.
He like a black Tim Tebow.
But
well, that's not a good.
That is not the comparison.
That's not good. I don't want to draft a black Tim Tebow.
He's more like Cam Newton than.
I don't want to draft a white Tim Tebow or a black Tim Tebow.
In college.
Man, listen, I guess.
Tim Tebow is the worst NFL quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
College.
Not named Johnny Manziel.
But here's the thing. Have you seen Kevin Stefanski work with running quarterbacks before?
Not good.
He tried with Deshaun.
It needs to be
By the way, can we stop putting Johnny Manziel, like Ocho?
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp. Can we do something better than bring that idiot on?
Johnny is popping now, obviously. He was
we'll address the Johnny stuff.
What's that?
We're going to address all the Johnny stuff. He's got another interview coming out tonight. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to talk about it.
No overtime today because of the fantasy draft. We never have overtime. We do fantasy draft.
Okay.
I won't be here, so let me say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this about Johnny, okay? when Johnny gets up and talk on these podcasts,
Yeah.
I got a homeboy that says that they need to start banning podcasts. And when I hear Johnny talk, I agree with them because they just get on these podcasts and say anything. It's kind of ridiculous. And
Why would you ban podcasts?
Because they giving them the space to just say crazy nonsense like that. Like I've never seen somebody not
not a reason
take
to ban
account-
podcasts.
Yes,
What are you
yes,
talking
people
about?
get up here and just talk, just say whatever.
People give
Just
him
say whatever.
Tyvis.
What?
That's
I
what we
don't
do
care
for a
about no
living.
clicks.
Tyvis, do you realize what we're doing
What
right
we
now?
do for a living, dude? What are you
Tyvis,
talking about banning
I,
podcasts?
I appreciate getting paid, so
Tyvis,
don't ban all podcasts.
I'm old enough to remember Maury Povich and Jerry Springer.
It's funny that you say that.
People just get up and say things. You are not the father. He's a
Hey,
millionaire.
It's so funny that you said that.
But I'll just be looking at stuff like, really?
Yeah, I know. Johnny's an idiot, and he's bashing Cleveland like it was Cleveland's
We're-
fault. that he
we're
was
gonna
a
talk
bum.
about tomorrow
Maybe he
in
shouldn't have
depth.
been in the
I
high
promise.
Why is
rollers
he doing
room the
another
night before they
podcast?
played the Bengals the first game. But last night, I started Aaron wanted to watch 8 Mile.
Great movie, so good.
And then a couple
All-time
minutes in, I'm
classic.
like, you can't watch this movie.
What's wrong with him?
Well, they use
There's a couple parts that
there's
I
like
see
some
how.
sexual
Yeah,
violence.
there
Yes.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
I didn't want him to hear. There's a lot of.
TVMA.
There's a lot of.
Where were you watching it on? Was it like on TV or?
It was on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
It just went to Netflix yesterday.
nah.
Because some of the language I didn't want him to
nah.
hear. But we watched it because he loves the song. He heard it, so he loves the song.
great pump
And the
up song.
movie's great. But at one point, there was like they were in the trailer or whatever, and you see them watching Maury Povich. And so I was explaining to him about, because eventually we just like fast forward it and we just watched a couple. We watched some of the rap battles and then we at the end when they play the song. But at one point they showed us a scene from Maury Povich and it was like, "You are not the father," and I had to explain to him
What Maury
what it was like.
Like